What up, boxing world? JF Sports. As many of you guys know, Lucas Matthysse is fighting Viktor Postol next Saturday, 3rd of October. They're going to be fighting in Carson, California. This is going to be for the WBC light welterweight title. Now, Viktor Postol is currently being trained by Freddie Roach, who trains Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, and as a matter of fact, Freddie Roach had said earlier last week that his new favorite fighter is Viktor Postol. Viktor Postol, whom had never lost before. He's got 27 wins in his resume with 11 knockouts, no draws, no losses, right? Now, he's not fighting uh, an easy fight against Lucas Matthysse. That's not going to happen. Lucas Matthysse, even though he's lost before, he's one of those fighters that it's very tough to get in because he comes forward. He's an offensive fighter, and he's got a lot of gas. If that makes sense. He's a heavy puncher. He goes for the kill. That's for sure. Viktor Postol, he's not necessarily that type of guy that looks for the knockout right away. He tends to box, jab, throws a lot of jab, and he uses his height and reach advantage to his opponents. I think Viktor Postol is a good, solid competitor against Lucas Matthysse, but I just don't see it. My prediction of this fight, I'm going to give it to Lucas Matthysse winning the fight, even though, like I said, he's lost before. As a matter of fact, he's lost 3 times before. But with the KO percentage of Lucas Matthysse and his stance, I have to favor him over Viktor Postol. But if he slacks off, comes October the 3rd, then we might see a different outcome. But as far as I'm concerned, my prediction of this fight is Lucas Matthysse wins via unanimous decision, if not via TKO, 10 rounds or less. That's my prediction. I don't think Viktor Postol is going to win against Lucas Matthysse, but anything can happen. Again, this is going to be for the WBC light welterweight title. Lucas Matthysse, who has won 37 times and has 37 knockouts in his resume, only has 3 defeats, no draws, and only 1 contest. The last fight that he fought was with Ruslan Provodnikov, whom he won via majority decision, and that was for a non-title fight. But to fight somebody like Ruslan Provodnikov, that says a lot of things, right? Ruslan Provodnikov is also a solid competitor, and as a matter of fact, the known loss really of Lucas Matthysse is to 2 very good fighters, and that tells you guys a lot of things about Lucas Matthysse. One to Devin Alexander and one to Danny Garcia. Now those guys, even when Danny Garcia won, it was a unanimous decision, even though a lot of people might argue that it should have been at least a minimum of split or draw, but it is what it is. I think Danny Garcia won that fight. I think that Lucas Matthysse was short of winning that fight. As far as the Devin Alexander, now that fight, which happened a long time ago, I believe it was about 4 or 5 years ago, 2011, that fight could have gone either way. As a matter of fact, the fight was ruled out split decision, and that was also for a non-title fight. So, but Viktor Postol against Lucas Matthysse, I think this is the fight that we all need to pay attention to. It's definitely gonna be a good fight. I think so. We might see some slugfest. We might see some knockouts. We might see some knockdowns. But Viktor Postol being trained by Freddie Roach means a lot of things. Freddie Roach is known as one of the best coaches and trainers out there, and but it's not going to be an easy fight. Like I said, Lucas Matthysse, I favor him to win over Viktor Postol, just for the simple fact that I think that Lucas Matthysse would overpower Viktor Postol, and not to mention that Lucas Matthysse comes for the kill. He wants to knock out his opponent, end the fight early, and and I like those kind of type fighters. I'm saying? He's a toe-to-toe kind of guy. As a matter of fact, Lucas Matthysse doesn't really jab as much as he throws big punches. Yeah, it's usually power punches for Lucas Matthysse, the one that he's really good at. Just like how he did to Lamont Peterson. It was nothing but power punches, and that really gave me enough reason, so to speak, to really favor Lucas Matthysse when he fought Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson is not an easy guy to beat. You know, even though Danny Garcia beat him, yes, obviously Lucas Matthysse beat him, but the dude is not easy to beat. You know, some people would argue that Danny Garcia actually lost to Lamont Peterson. You know, I like Lamont Peterson. I think he's a good solid fighter, good fighter, and then it's just that he's having some bad luck lately. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. You know, I think Lamont Peterson would be fighting Felix Diaz Jr. as a matter of fact, October 17th also, and obviously that's going to be for a non-title shot. They were fighting in Virginia as a matter of fact, so that's scheduled for 12 rounds. And it seems like to us that Lamont Peterson has having all these losses, so to speak. You know, every time we tag him with Danny Garcia, with Lucas Matthysse, we seem to say, you know, Peterson lost here, lost there. But to be honest with you guys, Peterson has only lost 3 times in his entire career. You know, he's never really lost that many. You know, as a matter of fact, he's won 33 times. He's got 17 knockouts in his resume and only lost 3. All right, to Garcia, Lucas Matthysse, and there's another one I can't remember at the moment. But he only had 1 draw. So I think he'd win that fight also against Felix Diaz. But yeah, I think Lucas Matthysse would win the fight against Viktor Postol. It ain't gonna be easy. Oh, don't get me wrong now. I don't think it's an easy fight. That's why I say it's gonna be 10 rounds or less if it was a knockout. But a unanimous decision is likely, but slim, if that makes sense, because Lucas Matthysse fights doesn't necessarily go 12 rounds, you know, and but it's very interesting because Viktor Postol has never lost before, so you can't really base it off on his previous losses because he doesn't have any, you know. So it'll be an interesting fight. I think it's a matchup of a guy that is a jabber, got very good solid jabs, Viktor Postol, and a guy that is a knockout artist, Lucas Matthysse. So it'll be an interesting fight. It's gonna be October 3rd, next Saturday, same time frame as Broner, as you guys know. Broner versus Alakberdiev. So yeah, we got some good fights coming up this coming Saturday. Let me know what you guys think about Matthysse versus Postol. Do you think Postol got a chance? Do you think Matthysse got a chance? Who do you think would win this fight? Leave those comments in the comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe.